We're back here at the Arima Velodrome, about to resume second half action between Cunupia FC and Moruga FC. Still goalless after the first 45, and certainly both teams will feel as though the 3 points is still up for the taking. Moruga FC will get us underway in this second half. The man on screen, Ronaldo Edwards, certainly had a couple of chances in the first half and would look to do a bit better this time around. The man in charge with the whistle, referee Rodfin Harris. Makes his final check now, just counting down to blowing us off in this second half here from the Arima Velodrome. It's the Ascension Tournament of Trinidad and Tobago, match week number 12 continuing. As mentioned last evening, there were two interesting matches resulting in narrow wins for Deportivo Point Fortin, as well as the league leaders, Terminix Arcata Rangers. These two teams, however, currently a bit further down the table. Cunupia FC starting the day in 5th on 13 points. Moruga FC still without a point in this year's competition. And they languish at the very bottom of the standings in this 10-team tournament. Cunupia FC now on the charge. This is Graham looking to play this one into Dominic Douglas. Is over him. And here come now Moruga FC bringing it the other way. Darren Moore. Acres of space ahead of him. He moves into it. Surveys the scenes around him. And this is a good ball clipped in towards Edwards. But the assistant referee on the far side, Odile Brewster, adjudges him offside. Cunupia FC now, it's with Maestro Mensah, gets it across to Graham. On his outside is Cowie. Plays it to Cowie now. Two ahead of him, but he opts instead to take it forward himself and then plays this one into Douglas. Well defended by Akil Phillip. Safety first was the option that time. And it's going to be an early second half corner kick for Cunupia FC here. Their numbers go forward, including Graham, Cowie, Dominic Douglas is there, Cesar, and Hakeem Legal. 5 red shirts for Christian Maloney to aim for. It's going to be a right-footed outswinger towards Cowie. Still there. Moruga FC now get it clear through Rion Allen. He had a decent first half. The right winger for Moruga. That time he was back on defensive duties. Here he is now applying some pressure to Elia Brewster, but not before he could get it out to Roel Felix. And now Graham charges forward, nods it on towards Dominic Douglas now. He'll size it up, and a good shot there had Turner scrambling to make sure. And the first real salvo being launched in this second half by Cunupia FC's Dominic Douglas that time. Here we see him getting onto the loose ball and then hitting a snapshot that just flew over the bar of Kervel Turner harmlessly. Goal kick to Moruga. Header won by Cunupia before a free kick is awarded for a high boot on Cesar. Cunupia gets it restarted now. This is Cowie, just eases by Atiba Charles, and this is a lovely ball into Dominic Douglas. Picked up now by Caleb Douglas. And it's with Maloney. Eased off of it though, and Moruga FC can finally clear through their captain Rodney Young. Risky business that time by Maestro Mensah, and now it's Moruga again, still trying to keep it alive. Atiba Charles won't get there. He was offside anyway, according to Odile Brewster. And that was Caleb Douglas for Cunupia and Kevin Graham. Graham now pushes it across to Mensah. Ahead of him is Lair Brewster in space. Ups instead for Christian Maloney. Didn't realize that he was being pressured from behind, and this is Moruga. Good ball in now to Allen. Chases it down. Opposed by Felix. Cuts onto his left foot and gets the crossover, but it's cleared away now by Cowie. And then Akil Phillip, as cool as you'd like, evades his man and recycles it now. This is Sylvester, aims the cross inward. Cleared away again by Cowie. Still alive for Cunupia. And that's a giveaway, allowing Moruga to keep them pinned in, this Cunupia FC team. This is a strong run by Darren Moore. Looks up. Cross can't beat the first man, and it's with Allen. He drives it hard and low through the crowd. And again, forces Anton Kwashi, the Moruga FC head coach, to hold his head in disbelief. That looked like the chance that they were looking for Moruga. As we have another look. A low shot there by Allen after the cross had ricocheted towards him and just scraping the outside of the upright. Much to the relief of the Cunupia FC backline, including Ian Cowie and goalkeeper John Pierre David. Here they come again. They're being pressed really high by Moruga in this second half. Moruga win it back. Good hold up by Allen again, winning a free kick. They play it quickly, and Rodney Young now will clip this one in towards Edwards. Graham heads it away. It's still alive. Moruga ball now. Atiba Charles lets it run to Shondell Young. Gets it back now, Charles. He has support. And just almost overdoes it. It's with Dominic Douglas now trying to bring it forward for Cunupia. Good defending there by Stephen Richardson to just knock it away for a Cunupia FC throw-in on this near side. Caesar gets it back to Cowie. He goes further back to Graham, and now it's infield with Brewster. Brewster steps into space. Caesar gets it now and returns it to Brewster. Goal kick though to Moruga. So good signs of attacking intent by Moruga. Here they come again with Moore and Allen combining well again. Moore will forego the cross, cuts it back now to Allen. He has support on the inside and just overdoes it. Certainly gotten the better of Felix on more than one occasion, and that time thought, why not? Tripped up over himself though, and Cunupia bring it the other way. This is Douglas, good hold-up play. Plays it into his strike partner, Legal. He just shrugged off of it. Moruga now will bring it forward. This is a good ball to Edwards. He just can't quite mash the tail, as they say. Cunupia ball. Again, failing to connect that Moruga front line. as it runs all the way back to John-Pierre David in goal for Cunupia. Ups against the long distance distribution. Graham gets it, and this is a trip up again by Caleb Douglas. This is good play by Moruga, and again, just can't quite find his feet there. Edwards before the shot comes in, and what a shot that, what a rasping snapshot again by Kyle Sylvester. John-Pierre David could only tip it onto the crossbar for a corner kick. It came from nowhere that time, the shot from Sylvester, a giveaway in a dangerous area by Cunupia. They almost paid the iron price, but for a good fingertip save by John-Pierre David, that man in screen. Corner kick now swung in by Allen, all the way towards the far post where Atiba Charles will retrieve. Sylvester wants it, gets it. He'll win a corner kick off of Dominic Douglas. He pleads his case to referee Harris, but the referee's decision is final, and now Sylvester will swing in another corner kick in a matter of minutes for Moruga FC. Into the 56th minute. It's going to be an in-swinger, right-footed. Delivery from Sylvester. Good-looking ball in. Still alive. Atiba Charles. And another good reflex save by John-Pierre David to preserve the scoreline and keep Cunupia in the hunt. Moruga FC almost irrepressible now coming forward. Certainly with more regularity and more intent in this second half. So two great opportunities in a matter of minutes for them. Each time John-Pierre David was the man to thwart them. Two good reflex saves by the Cunupia FC number 1 keeps the scorelines tied at 0. Here they go now. Dominic Douglas. That's a late challenge. Nothing wrong with it, says the assistant referee with the better view. Instead, it's only going to be a throw in to Cunupia. Douglas is feeling the hurt of some tough tackling coming in there. Some instructions here from Michael Defoe, the man in charge of this Cunupia FC side. Throw in is going to be a long throw in by Cowie. Just hits the chest of a Moruga shirt and falls kindly to Kervel Turner. Good ball out to Allen. Here he is now getting the return pass. Allen, he'll go past Mensah, and then David just did enough to throw him off and allows it to run away for a goal kick to Cunupia. Moruga will take that opportunity to introduce 2 substitutions. As we just have another look at that galloping run there by Allen, just running out of space though. And as mentioned, 2 substitutions to be made by Moruga. Out, Atiba Charles and Ephraim Brown. And the players entering play: Jamali Barkley and now Jeremy Carter. Just taking the opportunity to perhaps freshen things up in that midfield area a bit. Moruga FC, they've certainly come out with good intent, as mentioned previously in this second half. Hopefully the two new players in, Jamali Barkley, who's gone straight to the tip of the spear, so to speak. You see action, goal mouth action that time. Legal again through and forcing Turner into a save. On the far side, it's going to be a throw-in. Goes the way of Cunupia. Joel Felix has two ahead of him, including Hilaire Brewster, who has it now. He'll break free along that left. Tries to slip Legal through. Picks it up, still Legal. Good defending there by Akil Phillip. Douses any threat of something more prosperous for Cunupia FC. Turn it all the way around now. Cunupia, this is Cowie. Cuts inside of his man. He has players wanting it delivered, including Cesar. Doesn't quite get there. And now, again, Moruga FC looking to play on the counter. Jamali Barkley giving chase. Good strength shown by him. Gets it in now to his fellow substitute, Richardson. And he wins it back now, Jamali Barkley. Just holds on a bit too much, and it's won back by Cunupia. The Moruga bench, however, goes up in unison, almost in protestation, asking referee Harris to blow in their favor. He doesn't, and here they come now, Cunupia. This is a good ball by Cesar. Legal goes after it. Could still get there, just half cleared. It's with Shondell Young now, and he allows it to run out of play, sensing that anything else would have led to unnecessary danger. And wisely so. It's going to be a throw into Cunupia. We've had an hour played, and the second half has certainly come to life, but still no goals in this one. Caleb Douglas now gets it back to Cowie. He'll swing it in. This is a good ball in onto the chest of Dominic Douglas. He can't quite bring it under control though. Still alive. Maloney will have a wild swing. And if there ever was one, certainly a shot in the dark that time by Christian Maloney. Moruga FC take the throw in on the far side and then lump it forward, aimed at Barkley. He wins the header, but heads it out of play for Cunupia ball. Felix gets it to Cesar and gets it back now. Felix, he'll go all the way around via Mensah and Graham. Now Cowie gets into the thick of it, beats his man. Good skill there by Ian Cowie. He's being tugged, but still is able to get this a good ball forward to Dominic Douglas. Still with it now. Douglas turns the corner and just loses out as it runs back to the grateful arms of Curvel Turner. Down below our commentary position, two Cunupia substitutions being prepared. And the players set to be introduced will be Josiah Daniel and Giovanni Abraham. Will they enter the field of play before Cunupia FC makes good on this play? This is Cowie now. along this right side. Plays it into Maloney. Can't return it to Cowie. Moruga FC will step forward now. Darren Moore on the far side goes into overdrive, but just runs out of composure and turns it back over to Cunupia. Graham now, he'll be hustled by Barclay. Does well to keep possession. Mensa up toward Legal. Cesar picks up the second ball for Cunupia. Good work by Trevin Cesar. Beats one, beats two. He's into space now. Can he keep it in? He does so. Driving on is Trevin Cesar. He skips another tackle, beats another, and lays this one back to Legal, who just can't get the touch to turn it onto goal. After all of the hard work done by Trevin Cesar, it will be lovely to see that in its entirety again. Trevin Cesar, he did everything necessary and then just teed it up for Legal on a platter. Once again, here he went, galloping, kept it in play. Went around another and then through another. Good skill, Trevin Cesar. Had the presence of mind to see that Legal was in a better shooting position and just unable to turn it onto goal that time. In the meantime, the two substitutions have been made, or are being made rather. It sees Elaire Brewster exiting for Josiah Daniel, and now Giovanni Abraham will enter in place of Dominic Douglas. There's Trevin Cesar again. Unbelievable run from the Tobagonian attacker. Here they come again now. Cunupia into it immediately. Josiah Daniel and Turner forced into making a brave save, gathering it at the second attempt, and now come Moruga out of the back. Again, another giveaway, another wayward pass when it needed to be of a better quality. Cunupia FC, the defense just hassling Barclay that time. Cunupia again, this is Legal. Checks back, but it's cleared by Moruga to Sylvester. Sees that Barclay is ahead of him. And then Barclay now switches it in toward Ronaldo Edwards. And Sylvester gets it back. He leaves it a bit short. And Cesar had to hustle. Didn't get a touch, but did enough to throw off the Moruga defender that time, Shondell Young. As we see another substitution being prepared by Moruga. It's the end of the evening for Ronaldo Edwards. And in comes Akini LaRode. Meanwhile, throw in for Moruga. So still without a goal this one. Match number 1 of a Saturday afternoon doubleheader in the Ascension tournament. Match week number 12. Cunupia FC though have certainly grown in confidence in the last 10 minutes or so, they've managed to fashion a few good chances, including the easiest of them all for Hakeem Legal after all the hard work by Trevin Caesar. And into the 70th minute, 20 minutes left. It's that do-or-die time, that do-or-die period for both sets of players. Spare thought for Moruga FC. Still without a point in this competition, and certainly could smash and grab here now. This ball comes back to Sylvester, and he allows it to run back to Shondell Young. And they're forced further back that time. Good hunting there by Giovanni Abraham to force a throw-in for Cunupia. This comes back now to Cowie. Can't keep it in. Barkley hustled off of it. Moruga threw in. This is in towards Sylvester, and handball is the call by referee Harris. Trevin Caesar now for Cunupia. Making a bombing run here is Caleb Douglas. Good ball to find him. He has two to aim at. Can't find either again. So once more the final ball wanting. Josiah Daniel was in an excellent position. So too was Legal. And that man on screen, Caleb Douglas, unable to deliver with the accuracy necessary to trouble this Moruga defense. Here they come now, the Southerners. This is a giveaway to Abraham. Daniel is put through, and good work there by Turner. WK FC now wins it back through Cowie. Gets it to Mensah, but he's hustled. This is Akini LaRoad now, one of the substitutes for Moruga. Plays it back to Richardson, and this all the way out on this near side. Good work to keep it in by Allen, and then referee Harris says that Kadeem Graham went in a bit too strongly that time on the Moruga FC player. It's going to be a free kick to Moruga, but not before this intervention of the medical team to see after Mensah. As we look at it one more time, didn't see any too much wrong with it, but Graham was indeed stretching as the ball was under the control that time of Young. Referee Harris correcting his decision anyway to go in favor of a free kick to Moruga. The man down is Maestro Mensah, the heart and soul of this Cunupia team. Doesn't look too promising for his prospects of continuing. And it comes just at a time where Cunupia was preparing to make a substitution. They'll have to rethink that idea. As you see the players waving to the bench now, indicating that perhaps it is game over for Mensah. Cunupia will defend this free kick down a man. Good looking ball in. John-Pierre David claims though and now sets them out along that far side. This is Daniel. Now arriving in support is Ron Lewis. Turns back towards goal, gets himself in a bit of a mix-up and eventually forced to pull down the player that time, Jamali Barkley. It's going to be a Moruga FC free kick. So Lewis was his own worst enemy that time, turning to face his goal when perhaps he didn't necessarily need to. And Jamali Barkley was able to get himself stuck in before Lewis brought him down. As you can see, this is a better angle. The shirt of the Moruga FC number 11 was being pulled. Referee Harris once more making the correct decision. Two players thinking about weaving something special here for Moruga. Indeed, their player of the match so far, Rayon Allen, as well as Kyle Sylvester. Two substitutions being made by Cunupia though before that free kick is taken. One of the players out is Maestro Mensah. And in is Rivaldo Green. The other player out, Legal, to be replaced by Trevon Young. So here's Moruga with the free kick. It's going to be Sylvester, drills it into the wall, has a second bite, and it's over bar. Disappointingly so by the Moruga midfielder, unable to trouble John-Pierre David in goal for Cunupia FC. And still, this match without a goal in, approaching 77 minutes played. With those substitutions, Cunupia FC have also changed their formation somewhat. They've brought Lewis onto this right side, as we saw him getting involved that time, trying to pick out the forward run of Giovanni Abraham. They've also seemed to drop Cowie into that central defensive area, which was previously occupied by Mensah. And heel partner Graham. While sitting just in front of them is the man just winning that header, Caleb Douglas. So he's retreated to a deeper position. And the left back is one of the substitutes we saw entering the field of play, Rivaldo Green. They've gone to a lone forward in Josiah Daniel. And once again, that Lewis and Allen confrontation continues. Lewis that time robust in stopping the advancement of Allen. The tackle there put in, drawing some loud oohs from the Moruga bench. As we have another look at it, Allen was off to the races and Lewis certainly was late. No complaints certainly from him as well, as referee Harris was forced to pull out the yellow card. Allen here now receiving some treatment as referee Harris and company take the opportunity to rehydrate themselves. It's not the hottest of atmospheres here at the Arima Velodrome. We've seen hotter over the progression of this Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. We're into match week number 12, and as I mentioned earlier, the weather of late certainly has been more conducive. Certainly allowed as well the lush greenery to return to this surface. Previous weeks, the velodrome was dry and dusty. Didn't lend itself to the entertaining brand of football that some of these teams would prefer to play. So you see this long free kick speared in to the Cunupia FC penalty area before it was just hooked away by Cowie. Out for a corner kick to Moruga FC on that far side. Akini LaRoad will aim at no fewer than 5. And now joining in is Rodney Young, the captain. So 6 Moruga shirts. Jamali Barkley just misses out, and then the shot by Sylvester didn't seem to realize how much time he had. In the end, just scuffed it. Cunupia trying to pass it out. This is now Lewis sending Daniel on the way. Curvel Turner was a bit late to come off his line, but eventually got there before the Cunupia FC frontman. In the meantime, the player writhing in agony is Kyle Sylvester, arguing that he was stamped upon by Graham. Really, it was a 50-50 challenge. Just the luck of the game sometimes that a player occasionally comes off worse for wear. This time it's Kyle Sylvester of Moruga FC. We have another look. The tackle was there to be put in by Graham. Certainly didn't seem to have any malice behind it at all either. And in the end, he and Sylvester can shake hands. Sylvester comes off to the side now for treatment and a bit of extra advice by Dernell Maskell, the Moruga FC head coach, who's joined them down on the touchline now. Come Moruga. Worked off of it. This is a chance shaping up. It's eventually nicked away from the boot of Trevon Young. And still alive. A ricochet could have gone anywhere. Jean-Pierre David had to make a save, an uncomfortable one at that, as the clearance just ricocheted off of the Cunupia FC attacker and towards him. And it's a bit of a scrap here now. Turned back over by Sylvester, and good work to hold on to it by Lewis. Eventually he gets the free kick, and this is Cesar now. Spins out of trouble. Cowie will lump it forward for Cunupia FC before it's led away by Darren Moore. Cunupia get it back now. This is Graham to Caleb Douglas, and again gets it back now from Cesar. Rivaldo Green will look up. 2 to aim for, including Giovanni Abraham. And the header away by Shondell Young will go out for another Cunupia FC corner kick. Being urged to take it short is Graham. Maloney wants it. He still wants it. He's still interested. Eventually, he'll just have to take over responsibilities himself from this set piece. He'll go with his left foot. Interesting. Swings it in now. This is a good ball. Turner comes, changes his mind. A waft at it from Trevon Young, and Moruga get it away. My, oh my, how did that one not go in for Cunupia? In the end, though, they'll have to do some defending. On this far side is LaRode. They're streaming forward now, and here comes Cesar now to help Cunupia FC sort it out. Eventually, it's a free kick to them. So from one end, the corner kick swung in and somehow was not put away by Cunupia FC. And it very well could have ended up in a counter-attack being finished off by Moruga. Unable, however, again to deliver that final pass, that final quality pass. Speaking of quality passes, that's a good ball out by Cesar to Green, but not such a good one by Green, looking for the run of Trevon Young. It's going to be goal kick. 5 minutes left to be played in this one. For Cunupia FC, it could represent their second draw in their last 6 fixtures after a blistering start to this tournament. They've only picked up 1 point in their last 5. But for Moruga, more importantly, if it stays this way, it could very well be their first point of this Ascension Tournament 2022. Cowie clears this one away emphatically. Good control by Darren Moore. Being pressed back. And a really cool pass to Rodney Young. Barkley. And now here goes Allen. Gets there perhaps just a bit too late. Jean-Pierre David certainly was a very calm and collected man as he sprinted to the edge of his 18-yard area to collect that one. Here go the boys from Cunupia again. So a good ball over the top for Giovanni Abraham. Can't bring it down, and Turner will pick it up for Moruga. Good defensive header won that time by Graham. Pumped back up by Shondell Young. All the way across field to Akini LaRode. Keeps it in play. In fact, is able to win a throw-in for his team off of the Cunupia defender. And here is the opportunity for another Moruga FC substitution. As Rodfin Harris quizzically asked the player to exit on the far side. He was already almost, or rather closer to this near side than he was to the far side, and Rodfin Harris instructs him to exit the other way. That player being Stephen Richardson, and the player coming on for him, Jabari Abraham. Meanwhile, Moruga will have a free kick on that far side. And the man just onto the field, it will be his first kick. Jamari Abraham. 7 Moruga players advance for this one. It's a poor delivery, and Allen will have a crack as it falls to him. Certainly he's deserving of a goal. Rayon Allen from Moruga FC. And that time, it fell to him invitingly. He was seeing it big, but unable to keep it shut down and affect the way things stand in this one. Trevin Caesar getting himself in a bit of trouble. Wins it back now though for Cunupia and just drives them forward. Runs away from him a bit, but still. Cunupia able to hold on. This is Lewis, gets it to Caesar. Lewis now sees the run of Graham. Good first touch. Cross though, again lacking, and then he just hacks his man down. Lucky to escape punishment, and that man again, Rayon Allen. Boy, he's everywhere for Moruga FC. Just moments ago, he was having a shy at goal, and that time, doing some defensive duties, putting his body on the line for his team. 30 seconds left in regulation time, or less. Fourth official, Joel Cox, will soon indicate how much time will be added to the end of this one. And it looks to be 3 minutes of additional time. 3 minutes for either of these two teams to sneak one past each other late, or will it remain as it stands 0-0? Here come Moruga. This is Barkley. Smash and grab is what he's thinking. Has a run at his opposing defender. Clips this one over now to Sylvester. Sylvester picks it up. Barkley wants it back, gets it back, can't quite get the touch on it, and Cowie will hack it away for Cunupia FC. It's going the other way now. It's frantic stuff here at the Arima Velodrome. Good hold up by Giovanni Abraham. This is Maloney. Christian Maloney looks over his shoulder and picks out the run of Josiah Daniel. Caesar arrives now in support, but it's a short pass. Still though, only half cleared. Maloney picks it back up. Thinks about the cross, goes against it. Fancy footwork gets it now to Caleb Douglas. He'll shuffle it across to Rivaldo Green. Good cross in. This is Daniel. Can't quite get on the end of it. And it runs out of play for a goal kick. Less than 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Added on time here at the Arima Velodrome. Match week 12. First of today's doubleheader. Still goalless between Moruga FC and Cunupia FC. Can the boys from South hold on for their first point of this 2022 competition? We'll know in less than a minute and a half. Certainly though, it's important for them not to go into a shell trying to preserve this result. They'll certainly need to remain on the front foot, as Cunupia is a dangerous team and does have the ability to spring something late on themselves. Here they come again now, Moruga. Shonel Young looks up to Barkley. This is a good first touch. Graham dives in, can't win it. And a good reverse pass looking there to pick out the run of Akini LaRoad. Cunupia win it and bring it the other way. It's with Caesar now. On the outside of him is Maloney. This is a good ball around the corner. Asking Rodney Young to deal with it decisively. He does so. 30 seconds left on the clock. Maloney with the throw into Caesar. Caesar will play it into the feet of Daniel. Gets it back now, Trevin Caesar. Good interplay again by the Trinidad and Tobago International. He's looking for more options and just can't quite pick out a player. And that will be the final action of this one. Referee Rudfin Harris brings it to its end. The first point of the Ascension Tournament 2022 for Moruga FC in a 0-0 draw against Cunupia. Just 2 points now picked up by Cunupia in their last 6 matches. And certainly the tides have turned for them. But most importantly, Moruga FC, they are off the mark, so to speak, in this competition. Final score, Moruga FC 0, Cunupia FC 0. It was a really good day for some high-flying action here at the Arima Velodrome as referee Rudfin Harris led his team of officials out onto the park. Cunupia FC had the first shy at goal that time. Dominic Douglas couldn't hit the target rather in the second half. And then this one was drilled in by Allen and just wide of the mark. Kyle Sylvester also grew into the game and there forced a really good save from John Pierre David. He had to be alert. It came from nowhere, that snapshot, and David was able to tip it onto the crossbar. Moruga FC continued to come in search of something. This time, again, drawing a great save out of David. That time was Atiba Charles. Still, though, the scores remained 0-0. Hakeem Legal was in through behind this Moruga defense on more than one occasion this evening. That time he was thwarted, and then a wild shot by Christian Maloney. This perhaps, though, was the chance of the game for Cunupia FC. Trevin Caesar with a strong run into the box, and then just laying it back for Legal. It seemed to come off the back of his heel, and in the end, it ran out of play for a goal kick to Moruga. They continued to rely heavily on Kervel Turner late on, and at the other end, so too did Cunupia rely on their number one, John Pierre David. Seeking to spruce things up a bit, they call for the substitutes. And we see that man, Rayon Allen, in a duel all afternoon with Lewis. That time Lewis shown a yellow card for his troubles. Really and truly, that was a running sort of a narrative in this game. Players into good positions and just wafting at the final opportunity. One of them did fall similarly to Cunupia, as we saw that time. This was it here from this corner kick. Kervel Taylor came, changed his mind, and then goalmouth chaos ensued. In the end, though, it would pan out to be a 0-0 final result, despite some really good positions and good opportunities materializing for both teams. That time, the cross just a bit too heavy to pick out Josiah Daniel. And that's how it panned out. This one ending in a 0-0 scoreline. Moruga FC 0, Cunupia FC 0, and the first point of the Ascension Tournament 2022 for Moruga. We'll take a short break and return with action to begin the second match of this evening's doubleheader. It will see AC Port of Spain taking on the Defense Force. Stay with us.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Help us tell your stories.
We all see the negatives happening here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Let us begin the conversation
With inspiring content.
targeting change.
Inspire TT.
Be
Be
the
the
change.
The Digital Guardian launches this all-new upgraded Digital Guardian app. This all-new upgraded Digital Guardian app gives you live news on the go. Now get real-time news faster with notifications free of charge to keep you informed on breaking stories. Customize your news feed with only articles you are interested in for easier, comfortable reading and with same convenient access to the digital paper. Visit the iOS App Store and Google Play Store to download or update the Digital Guardian app, the most credible news in T&T. Already have an account? Simply tap on the resource subscription button in settings to sign in. It's a free update.
Make sure you have yourself a great invest week by viewing The Boss Report every Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. during CNC3's The Morning Brew. You'll get sound financial advice, whether you're a new or experienced investor, when you view The Boss Report. CNC3, covering your world.
Get the nation's leading newspaper on the go by downloading the Digital Guardian app on your iOS or Android devices now and enjoy our special introductory subscription offer now on. The nation's first and best digital paper in an easy-to-read digital format. The Digital Guardian, Trinidad and Tobago's fastest growing, most subscribed and most read digital paper. Stay on top with the market leader and don't miss a beat in today's fast-paced world. Go to Apple Store or Google Play and download now.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you'll find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, soca beats.
The situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't fear God, at least they will fear Terminix.
Have you considered how your methods could impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Roach Ladden's son come here for carnival, if you'll interview him, eh?
But how could you defend one shot, one kill?
What, you want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
No, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
What is television? It seems like a simple question, but television means different things to different people. We in the Caribbean are a very unique people. That's why we need unique television. Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
It's here at a newsstand near you. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win $1,000 instantly when you purchase the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. It's quick and easy for your chance to win. A unique number will be printed at the back of each Guardian newspaper daily. Purchase your Guardian newspaper, then join JW for the daily Guardian Lucky Number Draw, the winning number on just before the nightly news on CNC3. If the number drawn matches the unique number at the back of your Guardian newspaper, then $1,000 is yours. Just bring the winning Guardian newspaper and a picture ID to Guardian Media Limited. You have until 3 p.m. the following workday to claim your prize. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win. NLCB approved.
Are you at home feeling isolated? Don't worry, we will bring the world to you. The nation's first and leading newspaper, the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, is extending a special home delivery for 30 days for just $99. Yes, for just $99, you can get the T&T Guardian newspaper, the fastest growing and most read newspaper, most credible and highest reader value, and voted tops for best publication by more readers than any other newspaper, delivered to your home. It's easy to subscribe to our home delivery. Simply call us now at 225-4465 extension 4274 and speak to one of our customer service representatives, and we will bring the world to you.
We are the fourth estate. We educate, we inform, and we hold those in authority, politicians, business leaders, and others, to account.
Connecting the public to the truth drives our purpose here at CNC3. When we stand behind a desk every single night, a lot of people don't know that we're a huge part of the news process. We eat, breathe, and sleep news. And that reflects in everything that we do as a news team.
Every day we tell the stories of people's journey through life. Stories of their success, stories of their sadness, stories of their grief, stories of their glory. We're the mirror in which society looks at itself.
When a storm is coming, everyone always thinks worst case scenario, and sometimes it may just be a brief shower or two. It's not always going to be a green veil level event. So it's important to have the most credible and accurate information coming from a verified source.
Welcome, you're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3.
Calling all filmmakers, producers, content creators, influencers, and recording artists. If you're looking to rent a versatile studio space with green screen, video wall, cyclorama, and more, look no further. GM Labs is here to make your dreams a reality. Located in the heart of Port of Spain on St. Vincent Street, GM Labs is your one-stop shop for all your creative needs, with over 2,800 square feet to work with. Take your creative concept to the final product at GM Labs. Give us a call or WhatsApp or message us on our Instagram and Facebook pages at GM Labs TT.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Help us tell your stories.
We all see the negatives happening here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Let us begin the conversation
with inspiring content,
targeting change.
Inspire TT. Be the change.
The Digital Guardian launches this all-new upgraded Digital Guardian app. This all-new upgraded Digital Guardian app gives you live news on the go. Now get real-time news faster with notifications free of charge to keep you informed on breaking stories. Customize your news feed with only articles you are interested in for easier, comfortable reading and with same convenient access to the digital paper. Visit the iOS App Store and Google Play Store to download or update the Digital Guardian app, the most credible news in T&T. Already have an account? Simply tap on the resource subscription button in settings to sign in. It's a free update.
Make sure you have yourself a great invest week by viewing The Boss Report every Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. during CNC3's The Morning Brew. You'll get sound financial advice, whether you're a new or experienced investor, when you view The Boss Report. CNC3, covering your world.
Get the nation's leading newspaper on the go by downloading the Digital Guardian app on your iOS or Android devices now and enjoy our special introductory subscription offer now on. The nation's first and best digital paper in an easy-to-read digital format. The Digital Guardian, Trinidad and Tobago's fastest growing, most subscribed, and most read digital paper. Stay on top with the market leader and don't miss a beat in today's fast-paced world. Go to Apple Store or Google Play and download now.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe, cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you'll find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you hooked. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy your treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't fear God, at least they will fear Terminix.
Have you considered how your methods could impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Roach Ladden's son come here for carnival, if you'll interview him, eh?
But how can you defend one shot, one kill?
What? You want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
No, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
What is television? It seems like a simple question, but television means different things to different people. We in the Caribbean are very unique people. That's why we need unique television. Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
Are you at home feeling isolated? Don't worry, we will bring the world to you. The nation's first and leading newspaper, the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, is extending a special home delivery for 30 days for just $99. Yes, for just $99, you can get the T&T Guardian newspaper, the fastest growing and most read newspaper, most credible and highest reader value, and voted tops for best publication by more readers than
The Defence Force in particular will be looking to turn things around themselves, having slipped to their third draw of this season last weekend. And of course, it would mean that AC Port of Spain could be in some problems this afternoon. We heard earlier from representatives on either side about how they'll approach this next 90 minutes. What Moruga of AC Port of Spain, tell me about your prospects, or what you think your prospects are against the Defence Force here this afternoon.
Well, we know it will be a tough battle, but I think the boys are ready and they are willing to go and fight for it.
The last time around, this one didn't quite go in your favor. What would you do differently this time?
I think we need to be a little more solid at the back. We have to take our chances when we do get the chances and execute.
Just kind of hovering around the dressing room, I've seen and heard some whispers of maybe a surprise or two in your lineup today.
Yeah, we had two additional players from the national team, and I think they lift the whole dressing room, and they have a bit of quality that they could add to the team.
Care to name them, Coach?
Yes, we are Dwayne Mockett and Jamil Neptune joining us.
Thank you very much. Head coach of AC Port of Spain, Walt Moruga. Rodel Elcock of the Defence Force joins us. A bit of difference in the Defence Force starting 11. Is that as a result of injuries or just to freshen things up a bit?
No, I don't think so. I think we have a strong team, and you know, we had to rotate players to give players rest. You know, so at the end of the day, everyone capable who on the field, everyone capable of playing wherever position.
The Defence Force has kind of slipped away from Terminix Locketa Rangers in the last week. What is the intention tonight against AC Port of Spain?
I think they didn't really slip away, but at the end of the day, our intention is come on the day and get 3 points.
Yeah?
As simple as it is.
How difficult do you think that would be against AC Port of Spain? They've shown an upturn in form, and as well they have some new players coming in as well.
Yeah, I think from watching the league, as we could see from last night into tonight, we know that the players, the teams did their homework. So we know that each team would come a little stronger, a little bit more organized in terms of playing the football. So I think tonight our chances, I think we just have to do what we did on the training park, believe what we did on the training park, and we'll be okay. We'll be okay.
All right, Rodal Elcock of the Defence Force, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
So there you heard it from both AC Port of Spain and the Defence Force ahead of this next encounter here at the Arima Velodrome. Promises to be a really exciting clash between these two teams. As mentioned, AC Port of Spain currently 7th, and they have a form guide of a win, 2 defeats, and then 2 wins in their last 5 matches in chronological order. So 3 wins in their last 5. The Defence Force have 4 wins in their last 5, of course, but last weekend blemished by a draw. And this is how AC Port of Spain will line up. Jadel Poon Lewis is in goal. Sion Thomas, Malik Mirez, Kareem Eastman, and Maurice Ford make up their defense. Anthony Charles, the captain, will anchor their midfield. And coming in, as mentioned, some exciting players. Jamil Neptune, one of them. Michel Punanjaran, Shondell Augustus, who got a goal last weekend. Sadale McLean and Shea Benny will make up their starting 11. Dwayne Muckett, as previously mentioned, will be on the substitutes bench to start this one. For the Defence Force, they've taken the opportunity to mix and match somewhat. Out is their top goal scorer and the leading goal scorer in this competition, Jamil Botswain. And of course, instead, they'll go with Brent Sam making a return to this starting 11. He'll partner Dwight Quintero, who's also into the starting 11. Rayon Moore is the ever-present man and, of course, certainly will be looking to get some goals himself. Jamil Cooper, Dylan King, and Kevin Goddard, Trinidad and Tobago International, make up their midfield. And their defense is, again, anchored by their captain, Curtis Gonzalez, partnering Jamali Garcia, Jelani Felix, and Jules Lee. Christopher Biggett is in goal. Promises to be an exciting 90 minutes here from the Arima Velodrome, as match number 2 of the Saturday evening doubleheader gets set to kick off in just a few moments. It's a crucial juncture for both these teams, especially considering what they have next on the horizon. AC Port of Spain will take on 3rd place Police next weekend, and the Defence Force will play Cunupia FC, who we saw earlier held to a 0-0 draw against Moruga FC. Here are your officials. Crystal Sobers takes charge. She'll be assisted by Karen Myers and Comey Nicholas. The 4th official is Keelan Bacchus. As we see the players greeting one another before kickoff, the Defence Force donned in blue with white trim, and AC Port of Spain will retain their yellow, all yellow strip. Seems to have been bringing them all the luck in this competition. Last weekend they were able to rebound after a run of 2 defeats with a win. The last time these two teams met in the first round, the Defence Force came away with a narrow 2-1 win. That was back on April 18th. And certainly they'll be at it, hoping to be able to conjure a similar result or even greater here this evening. The captains once again are Curtis Gonzalez for the Defence Force and Anthony Simple Charles for AC Port of Spain. And we are just moments away from kickoff here at the Arima Velodrome. Final words of encouragement by the officiating contingent, led once more by Crystal Sobers. And so too the teams enter their final huddle, lending each other encouragement and well wishes for the 90 minutes ahead. Just to the right of screen, right bottom of screen, is Jamil Neptune, one of the players coming in for AC Port of Spain. And of course, he is a utility player. Only recently, senior national men's head coach Angus Eve would have brought him into his team in a defensive capacity. And it seems as though he'll play in the attack for AC Port of Spain today. So we've had kickoff, and here come AC Port of Spain with Neptune almost immediately. A good ball played out by Michel Punanjaron. Shows for it now, gets it back from Kareem Eastman. And that's a stray pass, a rare stray pass from Punanjaron. It's going to be an early throw-in for the defense force, marshaled by Jules Lee, the number 20. This man has certainly been synonymous with an upturn and an upsurge in AC Port of Spain fortunes. Jadel Poon Lewis in goal. He missed the earlier stages of the tournament, but once he was able to get into the starting 11, he's never looked back and certainly has been integral to their fortunes. Couldn't keep a clean sheet last weekend. We hope to do so today against a very potent defense force led by Dwight Quintero, who's going in search of it there and stretching to put in that tackle on Malik Mirez. It's going to be a free kick then to AC Port of Spain. Poon Lewis urges his team forward. Just aims this one towards Neptune, headed away by Lee. No doubt Angus Eve has instructed some of these players to seek domestic employment. Neptune most recently played in the United States. And now that the national team is out of action for quite some time, it's going to be of utmost importance that these players remain active. As for Dwayne Muckett, who we mentioned is on the bench for AC Port of Spain, he too has been without a club for the better part of 2 years, including the entire stretch of the, or most of the stretch of the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's good to see him back involved in the local game. Here's Punanjaron, gets this one out to Sion Thomas, and it's played forward to Sadale McLean, the man they call Skem. Charles to Ford. On the outside of him is Eastman, and ahead of him is Benny as well as Neptune. And it's clear from the onset that they are looking to involve Neptune heavily. Here he is, Neptune, pressing higher. Defense force clear this one. It can't be taken down by Sam. And then Jamil Cooper comes through the back of Charles. No foul, says the referee. Sobers. Brent Sam goes on the attack against Maurice Ford. This is a good cross and a layoff before Charles gets it away. Picked up now by McLean and to Benny. This is a good switch of play. Can't be hunted down, however, by Augustus. Jamali Garcia for the defense force. Pumps it forward now to Moore. Cleared away for a throw-in for the defense force. Rayon Moore, also another Trinidad and Tobago international, recently involved with Angus Eve in the Nations League. And here come now AC Port of Spain through McLean and Augustus, cut out though by Garcia. Or rather, this is Curtis Gonzalez, the captain. Headed away for a throw-in by Maurice Ford. So Rayon Moore, recently involved with the national team. He missed a bit of this competition with an injury, so it's good to see him back in fit enough shape to be involved with the Defence Force as well as the national team. Here's Quintero now, plays this one out towards Sam. Can be a nuisance, couldn't quite pull that one in. Certainly in Moore's absence, this was the man that the Defence Force relied upon for their goals. Acquitted himself quite well. Able to notch a few goals himself, but it's Jamil Boatswain, who's out of the starting 11 tonight, that continues to lead the scorers chart. Cleared away now by AC Port of Spain. They win it back. This is Benny. He loses out to Cooper. It's with Moore. Still Moore. Cooper. And it's just bobbling around. The Defence Force players protest before Poon Lewis gets it to Benny. Benny will look ahead, asking Shondell Augustus to go after it. He gets the better of Gonzalez. Stutters momentarily. This is Shondell Augustus. Slips it back now to Sion Thomas. Doesn't take it cleanly, but he'll have a crack. That's a wasted effort by Sion Thomas. And rightfully so, he hangs his head and apologizes to his teammates. Six and a half minutes gone. That's a giveaway by Moore. Stamped out by Eastman. Neptune now gets it back to Punanjaran. He flicks it away to Malik Mirez. And he shares it now with Sion Thomas. This is Thomas. Ahead of him is McLean, but he can't get it past Moore. Wins it back. This is Thomas now to Punanjaran. Punanjaran has options in Shea Benny as well as Kareem Eastman. That's the choice. And Eastman now clips this one up. Shea Benny goes after it. Christopher Biggett comes a long way. He had to win it. He does. And it's going to be a... This is going to be a corner kick early on for AC Port of Spain. That man, Shea Benny, is the obvious choice to swing it in. Smooth operator he is. It's going to be on his favored left foot, so it's swinging away from Christopher Biggett's goal. Actually, he attempts to drill this one rather, and this is Sabeel McLean now picking up the second ball. Back to Punanjaran. Oh, good skill, but he loses out to Quintero. Quintero is on the burst. He has one across, gets it now to Cooper. It's a wayward pass. Cooper will keep it in as the Defence Force players, the cavalry arrives now. It's laid back to Goddard. This is Goddard to Sam. It's with Quintero. Good save by Poon Lewis. Still alive. Rayon Moore called for a foul. Not quite sure what referee Sobers would have seen, but AC Port of Spain have been let off the hook. Jadel Poon Lewis rather with a good foot save to preserve the scoreline. Approaching the 10-minute mark, referee Sobers certainly in the midst of the action that time, and she called a free kick, thankfully, to AC Port of Spain in their favor. Hasn't been what has become expected of him so far in this match. It's just bouncing off of him. So here come now the Defence Force, another wayward pass that time. Quintero unable to link effectively. It's a handball on Che Benny. Almost 10 minutes gone. Let's go up for AC Port of Spain, and this now is Neptune. That's a really terrible pass. The idea was there because Sadale McLean was certainly on his way forward, but that ball was way behind him by Neptune. Here again comes the defense force. Once again, it's a giveaway by Moore. AC Port of Spain can't quite clear it. Do so now through Thomas. It comes back their way though. Maurice forward with a good header. Neptune now. Charles. Eastman is the relief. And ahead of him, Augustus is always a willing runner. Benny back to Eastman. Maurice Ford will use the option of Poon Lewis and get it back instantaneously. Eastman, good ball inward to Benny and a good flick on to Punanjaron. They're really starting to motor here now. AC Port of Spain. The player being held that time was Neptune. Lee, the guilty party for the defense force. They take it quickly. This is McLean. Across goal is Augustus. On the outside now arrives Sion Thomas. He'll cross it in. Forced to Augustus. He wasn't expecting it. And the defense force clear it away through Sam. Ford now. Ups against going backward, but for a brief moment. This is Mirez. Kumanjaron now. Composure. The name of the game these days. I can think of a time where a player wouldn't dare attempt a pass like that across the face of his goal, as the coaches would sometimes shout. Do not pass across your goal. Here comes now Augustus. Big up clears. And it's a big clearance indeed. One back by Mirez. He's looking to send Neptune on the way. Here now is Kevin Goddard. Chips this one forward to Brent Sam. Sam will think about taking his man on. Sides against it, but plays a drilled ball in towards Moore. And again, that's Quintero. And this will be a shot blocked away by Mirez. And a foul committed then on Ford by Cooper. So the defense force frontmen unable to stick those touches. As you see that time, Quintero couldn't take that ball down. A drilled ball by Sam. Lewis is going to have to take this one back a few meters, as instructed by referee Sobers. Still not quite where it's supposed to be. And now Sobers is satisfied. Poon Lewis can get us on. It's a poor distribution. Oh, good stuff there by Shea Benny. Leaves Goddard scrambling. He gets back though. And then Goddard is able to now spring Brent forward. Brent Sam, that is. He has players arriving. That time just put too much on the delivery, and it's over the head of Quintero and out for a throw-in. Really beautiful piece of skill that time by Benny in the middle of the park to just clip it over the head of Goddard. "15 minutes gone in the first half. Still 0-0 between AC Port of Spain and the Defence Force. The boys in yellow of AC Port of Spain, intent on reversing the fortunes of the first time these two teams met in the competition. Resulted in a 2-1 win for the Defence Force. Here now is Anthony Charles. Given away. Goddard. Given away by him as well. Played into the feet of Augustus, but he loses out to Jules Lee, who's a long way away from home. The right back for the Defence Force. But here they come now. This is a ball looking for more. Couldn't quite get there. Rayon Moore poked away from him. This is McLean now. Goes on the outside. This is McLean. He will swing across in. Neptune was gambling towards the front post, and it was delivered at the back. He chase it down, keep it in. Clips this one forward now to Augustus, but he can't quite get a foot on it. And it's with Bigot. Good take by Brent Sam now. Not much happening in front of him. Gets it to Cooper. Cooper plays this one forward to Quintero, and he loses out to a biting challenge by Mirez. The Defence Force will reset. Gonzalez out wider to Sam. 3 across the middle for Brent Sam. Michel Penangeron though knows how to get his body in and comes away with it over the much bigger Brent Sam. And this is Benny now. Flicks this one to the far side. McLean will give chase. So there McLean cuts inside onto his left foot. Has a shot. It's deflected and just somehow stays out of the back of the net. The oohs and ahs go up like a chorus around the Arima Velodrome. And somehow that one stayed out of the corner of the Defence Force goal. One more look at it. McLean hesitated on the shot somewhat, and there seemed to be ball striking hand. We'll have a better look of it here. Yes, certainly did seem to hit the hand of Curtis Gonzalez, making a last-ditch challenge. Referee Sober says though that it wasn't an infringement, and so it's only a corner kick to AC Port of Spain. There's second. Shea Benny to swing it in. Tune with a wild swing. Still alive though for AC Port of Spain. Recycled to Benny. Oh, good cut inside by Benny, and puts it onto his right foot. And a good goal by Neptune. So an immediate impact by the man brought in by AC Port of Spain to help them continue their winning ways in this competition. Shea Benny with a delicious cross, and Neptune met it high at its highest point and gives AC Port of Spain the lead in this one. So that goal coming just before the 20th minute mark. Let's have another look. Kunanjiran recycling this to Benny. Benny wasn't shy to go onto his weaker right foot. And look at that delivery. Neptune had every right to go for it and met it before Bigot. And it went in off the underside of the crossbar to give AC Port of Spain a 1-0 lead. Are we in for an upset here tonight? The Defence Force, one of two teams still unbeaten in this tournament. The other, AC Terminix Locator Rangers. They've won 10 of their matches and drawn 2, including one last night, which was a win against, a 2-1 win for them, rather, against Central Soccer World. And the Defence Force, they have drawn 3 matches, including last weekend against Deportivo Point Fortin. If it stays this way, they could be staring at their first defeat. This is Neptune linking with Benny again. Benny will think about the shot, has it, but it's just swerving the wrong way. Swerving the wrong way that time. Shea Benny and Neptune linking. Certainly they seem to have some sort of understanding, that pair. Here was Neptune again, sliding this one into the feet of Benny. He rode the challenge, and then was trying to pick out that far corner. What a goal that would have been. Benny and Neptune again. This time Benny trying to put this one over the top for Augustus. This one back to Gonzalez. The Defence Force rocked here early on. A goal scored in the 19th minute leaves them trailing AC Port of Spain. And here come the men in yellow now. Punanjaran has it on the right side. Ahead of him is McLean, trying to flick it past Jelani Felix. Only succeeds in winning a throw-in for his team. Two number 7s will have an interesting battle on their hands this evening. McLean for AC Port of Spain and Jelani Felix for the Defence Force. Meanwhile though, this is the Defence Force. AC Port of Spain win it back. Benny. Sam now for Defence Force. Cooper can't pick a forward pass, and Punanjaran will step forward. This is a good ball over the top for McLean. And he will try to lob. Wow, what an effort. He spotted Bigot way off his line. Seemed to measure it perfectly that time, McLean. But much to Bigot's relief, there was just too much on it. Would have been a contender for goal of the evening. Somehow just over the bar. Saw one of those actually scored by, or attempted by, his teammate last weekend, Kyle Bartholomew. He's out of the starting lineup today, Bartholomew. But certainly McLean has the invention. Thomas now to Punanjaran. Harassed by Goddard. Thomas gets it back. So now is Mirez back to Poon Lewis. Safety first. Through into the Defence Force. So approaching 25 minutes played. The Defence Force trailing AC Port of Spain 1-0. That goal scored in the 19th minute by Jamil Neptune, a new addition to the AC Port of Spain ranks, and making an immediate impact for his new team. You know, as Dwight Lewis turning his man, this is Rayon Moore in support. Malik Meirez fights back, still with Moore, gets it over. It's too long for Sam. As Jules Lee in support picks out a beautiful pass to Cooper and deflected away by Anthony Charles for a Defence Force corner kick. So the AC Port of Spain bench fairly relaxed, perhaps maybe even too relaxed by the yawns of one player. But they do lead in this one, 1-0. The Defence Force will look to address that here now. This is Jelani Felix with the corner kick. It's whipped in towards the back post. Rayon Moore keeps it alive. And then there to bang it home is Dwight Quintero, leveling the scores in the 27th minute. Rayon Moore never gave up on the corner kick and nutted it back across goal where Quintero was waiting to sweep it in. Just like that, the Defence Force are back on level terms, 1-1. They're going again. Benny to Eastman. Now will play this one forward for Augustus. Header won by Gonzalez. Neptune has it now, but he's being fought all the way by Lee. Here come the Defence Force again. Sam will have a crack. And this one is wide of the mark. Just like that, the Defence Force able to pull a goal back and almost at the snap of a finger. They were almost ahead. Brent Sam's effort though wide of the mark. Aftermath of that melee, Maurice Ford shown a yellow card for a robust challenge, to say the least, on Dwight Quintero. Brent Sam is one of those types of players that can make things happen the blink of an eye. And moments ago he was just whiskers away from suddenly giving the Defence Force a lead for the first time in this one. AC Port of Spain. This is good work by Augustus. Played into Benny. Benny will slip this one behind. Around the back for Neptune, and just like that, Neptune has a second, but once more It's that almost telepathic connection between Shea Benny and Neptune that unlocks the defense force and puts them back into the lead in the 30th minute. Jamil Neptune, what a player, what an introduction, what an addition to this AC Port of Spain side. Let's have another look. Shea Benny picks it up in midfield, and then the no-look pass around the back door when Neptune was waiting to pick it up. Ooh, what a ball. The reverse angle shows us just how brilliant Shea Benny's pass was, and Neptune's finish giving them a 2-1 lead, and boy do they deserve it. So this game, just half an hour played, and already we've seen 3 goals in it. To be fair, it's been really open. Both sides have had shies at goal, but it's AC Port of Spain that is able to convert 2 of them so far, while the defense force has scored just once through Dwight Quintero. We have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. It is the Ascension Tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. Long throw in by the defense force. Sam gets it to Cooper, but it ricochets back to Sam now. He switched sides. And that time, referee Sobers adjudicates that the goal kick rather is in favor of AC Port of Spain and not a defense force corner kick, as Brent Sam might have thought. That man on your screen, Shea Benny, has been central to everything AC Port of Spain has done, positively moving forward. 2 assists already, both of them connecting beautifully with their new addition, Jamil Neptune. Long header won there by Sam. AC Port of Spain pick it back up though. This is Ford. Leaves it into Benny. Good flick onto Augustus. He goes down, but referee Sobers says no foul, and then certainly that was a foul by Anthony Charles, taking matters into his own hands, it seems, and showing a yellow card. Take it quickly. This is Cooper into Quintero. The offside flag is up on this near side, and referee Sobers only just now sees it, bringing that scrap to an end. So just over 10 minutes remaining in this first half. The AC Port of Spain 2, the defense force 1. This is the way it ended the last time they met in the first round of this tournament. Only that time it was in favor of the defense force. But I'll tell you what, this one is far from over. And I'll go so far as to even wager that there may be more goals to come. Quintero thought he had put the defense force onto the front foot with his equalizer coming in the 27th minute, but just 3 minutes later, Jamil Neptune got his second of the match restoring AC Port of Spain's 1-goal advantage. Here they come now, the Soldiers. It's with Felix tipping this one over the top, looking for Sam. He's fouled out of it, says referee Sobers. Free kick to the defense force. Felix has 5 defense force bodies in and around the penalty area. Gets it onto the head of Rayon Moore. His glancing header, though, is off target. Stooping header that time by Rayon Moore after the delivery by Jelani Felix. Flicked on by Moore at the first post. He's looking for that far corner. Unable to direct it sufficiently though, and it went out for a goal kick to AC Port of Spain. Based on the way things have progressed so far in this match, it's AC Port of Spain that certainly has the advantage. This time a quick free kick is taken, stunning the defense force once more. Shondell Augustus, and guess who has a hat-trick of assists? It's Che Benny catching the defense force completely off guard. And just like that, it's AC Port of Spain, 3-1 over the defense force. Foul was committed in the play. AC Port of Spain took the free kick quickly. Benny setting Augustus free. And then Augustus just doing what he had to do to stroke it past Bigot and give AC Port of Spain a 2-goal advantage. So the defense force could very well be staring at their first defeat in this Ascension tournament. See a tackle coming in there by McLean. Missing ball and man, fortunately for him. Now the defense force though, this is Cooper. Slides it into Quintero, and then Cooper shot is charged down. Quintero now, snapshot wide of the mark. Poon Lewis was cemented to his spot. As Quintero shot on the turn, but it was wide of the mark. The defense force still very much alive in this one and able to fashion some chances for themselves. They'd hope to convert 1 or 2 of them, perhaps even more, in the remaining 6 minutes of normal time in this first half. Here they come again. Goddard winning the header. And then flicked on by Cooper. Still just bubbling around. Goddard again winning the header, but Tion Thomas now steps forward for AC Port of Spain to clear. McLean just bundles into his man. Then the defense force by playing that free kick quickly, perhaps spared McLean some punishment. But they are in now. This is Cooper. He had made a really intelligent run around the back. Then trying to clip this one over the top. Rion Moore has to chase it down. Then his pass is off target. This is Augustus. Shondell Augustus gets it back now to Neptune. Lets it run to Eastman. Eastman again now to Augustus. Neptune. Completely misses that one. I didn't see a foul there. And this is Cooper now playing Brent Salmon. He's thinking about hitting it on the volley. Goes against it in the end. And then just toe pokes it off his defender for a defense force corner kick. It's a quite open affair. Neptune is the player grounded. He continues to argue that he was fouled in the build-up by Kevin Goddard. Referee Sobers thought otherwise, and now Neptune is having a discussion with the fourth official, Keelan Backus. As referee Sobers now trots over to Neptune to have a word with the player herself. Here now is going to be a defense force corner kick. Swung in by Dylan King rather, and it's another header, free header, leading to another corner kick for the defense force. Jelani Felix will come over. So we're into the final 5 minutes of the first half. AC Port of Spain have certainly upset the apple cart here. 3 goals on the defense force. Here now is Felix with the corner kick. Flicked away by Merez. It's going to be yet another corner kick for the Army. 3 in succession now. This one will be taken charge of by Dylan King. It's a good ball in, but Jadal Poon Lewis is equal to it. Punches it away. Still alive for the defense force. Jelani Felix, left-footed he is. He'll have a crack. That's not going to be Poon Lewis, not even on his worst day. Poon Lewis wants to hurry them forward now. This is a looping bowled out ball towards Neptune. Well defended. This one up to Neptune. Brent Sam is doing the defending. Charles steps in though, and this is Benny still. The ball just seems to be stuck to his feet, and so too Neptune. Benny again now. A good ball in towards Kunanjaran. Nodded on for Augustus, but he's offside, says the far side assistant. But what a build-up that was. Comey Nicholas aware that Augustus had just strayed into an offside position. But the build-up play there was magical. Benny and Neptune showing off their close control. Neptune, the player right of screen there, certainly has had an impact as the new face, the new kid on the block for AC Port of Spain. 2 goals already, continuing to link really well with Che Benny, especially at the fulcrum of this AC Port of Spain attack. So we're into the 45th. Fourth official Keelan Backus is now preparing to display how much additional time we'll have to end it. But Not before the defense force earns another free kick at the edge of the penalty area. That time, Anthony Charles making a clumsy challenge on Jamil Cooper. Referee Sobers moved to award a free kick. So we're going to have 3 minutes. 3 minutes of additional time to end the first half. But the defense force will have a chance to draw themselves closer to AC Port of Spain before the end of the first half with this free kick. It's in a really inviting position for the likes of Jelani Felix and Brent Sam, both of whom wield their left feet to great effect. Looks like it's going to be Sam aiming at the far corner and beating Jadel Poon-Lewis low to his right. The defense force pulling one back just at the stroke of half time, showing that you can never really count them out. Sam really getting the better of Poon-Lewis, who should have done better with that effort. That's the side of the goal he was responsible for. Should have seen it coming by the way both Sam and Felix shaped themselves. But still, defense force have clawed their way back once again. 3-1 down. It's now 3-2, approaching half time. Less than a minute and a half. In a hurry to take this through in the defense force. Sam was the player that time, gets it all the way back to Felix. Now it's cleared away by Jamali Garcia and allowed to run through to Poon-Lewis. He'll take some seconds off the clock, inviting Quintero. Good ball forward by Poon-Lewis to Augustus. Referee Silver says play on. Here's the advantage, and now it's wide on the right with Thomas. His touch is terrible. Allows Felix to pick it up now. Bring the defense force forward. This is Goddard. Plays it out wide to Moore. Tries to take evasive action. Now it's with Jamil Cooper. He has an overlap. Slips this one through. Could still get to a defense force player, but it's cleared away by Malik Meirez. We are at the end of additional time. This could be the final action of the first half. In fact, there isn't even enough time for Jules Lee to complete the throw-in. And the first half ends with AC Port of Spain in a 3-2 lead over the defense force. Their goals scored by Jamil Neptune in the 19th and 30th minute, and a third added by Shondell Augustus. Whereas the defense force, they got their goals from Dwight Quintero and Brent Sam. Another look at the first half highlights. So the defense force trying to come forward. Slowly, AC Port of Spain grew into their own. They had Sion Thomas thinking about sizing one up from distance. That time it was really disappointing. And then Cedale McLean onto his left foot. Only the deflection kept it out of Christopher Biggett's goal. AC Port of Spain continued to come forward. This here was one of the moments of the match. Really inviting delivery by Shea Benny, asking Jamil Neptune to rise. And what an addition he's proven to be. It's his first match in this Ascension tournament for AC Port of Spain. And his header crashed off the underside of the crossbar and in to make it 1-0. Then here he linked beautifully with Ben, who was looking to pick out that far corner. Just missed out. Sadil McLean had a great chance as well, catching Bigot off his line, but just couldn't get it up and over and into the net. But it certainly was a continued expression of intent by AC Port of Spain, all until Dwight Quintero pulled the defense force level. Rayon Moore nodding it back down to his front man. Quintero swept it home. Maurice Ford was one of, or rather the only player to be booked in the first half. And that was before Jamil Neptune and Shea Benny linked again. Benny with a brilliant reverse pass. No look at that. And Neptune slotted it past Bigot to make it 2-1 in favor then of AC Port of Spain. Anthony Charles booked here for the offense. And the defense force continued to try to find a way back. That time Rayon Moore's headers just glanced wide. And then this was the moment here where AC Port of Spain made the defense force pay. Shea Benny taking the free kick quickly. And Shondell Augustus equally as alert to clip it over Bigot and in for a 3-1 AC Port of Spain lead at that time. They looked to be coasting towards half-time until Brent Sam delivered yet another goal for the defense force to pull them back within one. And at half-time, that's how it stands. Thanks to that man, Brent Sam, the defense force trailing, though, 3-2 against AC Port of Spain here at the Arima Velodrome. It's Ascension Tournament Football, Saturday evening doubleheader, game number 2. Stay with us. We'll be back with second half action.
Make sure you have yourself a great invest week by viewing The Boss Report every Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. during CNC3's The Morning Brew. You'll get sound financial advice, whether you're a new or experienced investor, when you view The Boss Report. CNC3, covering your world.
Get the nation's leading newspaper on the go by downloading the Digital Guardian app on your iOS or Android devices now and enjoy our special introductory subscription offer now on. The nation's first and best digital paper in an easy-to-read digital format. The Digital Guardian, Trinidad and Tobago's fastest growing, most subscribed and most read digital paper. Stay on top with the market leader and don't miss a beat in today's fast-paced world. Go to Apple Store or Google Play and download now.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you'll find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you hooked. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy our treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
The situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't fear God, at least they will fear Terminix.
Have you considered how your methods could impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Roach Ladden's son come here for the carnival if you'll interview him, eh?
But how could you defend one shot, one kill?
What? You want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
No, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
What is television? It seems like a simple question, but television means different things to different people. We in the Caribbean are very unique people. That's why we need unique television. Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
It's here at a newsstand near you. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win $1,000 instantly when you purchase the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. It's quick and easy for your chance to win. A unique number will be printed at the back of each Guardian newspaper daily. Purchase your Guardian newspaper, then join JW for the daily Guardian Lucky Number Draw, the winning number on just before the nightly news on CNC3. If the number drawn matches the unique number at the back of your Guardian newspaper, then $1,000 is yours. Just bring the winning Guardian newspaper and a picture ID to Guardian Media Limited. You have until 3 p.m. the following workday to claim your prize. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win. NLCB approved.
Are you at home feeling isolated? Don't worry, we will bring the world to you. The nation's first and leading newspaper, the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, is extending a special home delivery for 30 days for just $99. Yes, for just $99, you can get the T&T Guardian newspaper, the fastest growing and most read newspaper, most credible and highest reader value, and voted tops for best publication by more readers than any other newspaper, delivered to your home. It's easy to subscribe to our home delivery. Simply call us now at 225-4465 extension 4274 and speak to one of our customer service representatives, and we will bring the world to you.
We are the fourth estate. We educate, we inform, and we hold those in authority, politicians, business leaders, and others, to account.
Connecting the public to the truth drives our purpose here at CNC3. When we stand behind a desk every single night, a lot of people don't know that we're a huge part of the news process. We eat, breathe, and sleep news. And that reflects in everything that we do as a news team.
Every day we tell the stories of people's journey through life. Stories of their success, stories of their sadness, stories of their grief, stories of their glory. We're the mirror in which society looks at itself.
When a storm is coming, everyone always thinks worst case scenario, and sometimes it may just be a brief shower or two. It's not always going to be a green veil level event. So it's important to have the most credible and accurate information coming from a verified source.
Welcome, you're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3.
Calling all filmmakers, producers, content creators, influencers, and recording artists. If you're looking to rent a versatile studio space with green screen, video wall, cyclorama, and more, look no further. GM Labs is here to make your dreams a reality. Located in the heart of Port of Spain on St. Vincent Street, GM Labs is your one-stop shop for all your creative needs, with over 2,800 square feet to work with. Take your creative concept to the final product at GM Labs. Give us a call or WhatsApp or message us on our Instagram Instagram and Facebook pages at GM Labs TT.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Help us tell your stories.
We all see the negatives happening here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Let us begin the conversation
with inspiring content.
Targeting change.
Inspire TT. Be the change.
The Digital Guardian launches this all-new upgraded Digital Guardian app. This all-new upgraded Digital Guardian app gives you live news on the go. Now get real-time news faster with notifications free of charge to keep you informed on breaking stories. Customize your news feed with only articles you are interested in for easier, comfortable reading and with same convenient access to the digital paper. Visit the iOS App Store and Google Play Store to download or update the Digital Guardian app, the most credible news in T&T. Already have an account? Simply tap on the resource subscription button in settings to sign in. It's a free update.
Make sure you have yourself a great invest week by viewing The Boss Report every Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. during CNC3's The Morning Brew. You'll get sound financial advice, whether you're a new or experienced investor, when you view The Boss Report. CNC3, covering your world.
Get the nation's leading news.
We are back live at the Arima Velodrome for second half action in the second match of this Saturday evening doubleheader. AC Port of Spain to your left of screen taking on the Defense Force, and it's AC Port of Spain leading in this one 3-2. Goal scored by Jamil Neptune in the 19th minute before the Defense Force were able to equalize in the 27th through Dwight Quintero. AC Port of Spain took a lead again as Neptune and Shea Benny linked beautifully for a second time to make it 2-1, and then they went into a 3-1 advantage courtesy Shondell Augustus, with Shea Benny notching his third assist of the evening. Just on the stroke of half-time, in additional time rather, Brent Sam was able to pull one back for the Defense Force, and it sees them trailing 3-2 to start this second half. They've made one substitution to start this second period, the Defense Force. The player coming in is Justin Garcia. He goes immediately into the center of defense alongside Curtis Gonzalez. And the player coming out, Jamali Garcia. AC Port of Spain winning possession high up, and Sion Thomas tries to find a way through before Justin Garcia steps in, and it's booted forward now towards Quintero. Good hold up play by him, shrugs off Michel Punanjaran and now slips it to the player arriving in support, Rayon Moore. Rayon Moore will take on Kareem Eastman, get his cross in, but it's met at the first post by Maurice Ford. Still alive though for the Defense Force before Ford eventually comes now away with it and asks Eastman to complete the clearance, but only as far as Kevin Goddard, who can't quite keep it in play. Meanwhile, this is a free kick here for AC Port of Spain. Shea Benny will try to deliver it as directly as possible. Clips it up now towards McLean, and it's headed away for AC Port of Spain corner kick by Jelani Felix. Corner kick kick to AC Port of Spain, and Shea Benny is taking his merry time coming over to this near side. It's going to be in swinging. Poor delivery that by his standards, especially Benny. Kept alive for AC Port of Spain. This is Augustus trying to free it from beneath him and just can't quite get it to McLean on the outside. Goal kick instead to the defense force. Then Sam now holding up against T&T Thomas, who commits the foul. Felix to take. Goes back to Justin Garcia. Being harassed by Augustus, but steps out of it comfortably enough, and now Gonzalez will try to get the defense force motoring forward. This is a good ball out towards Rayon Moore. Lays it back now to Goddard. Not known to take too many shots from distance, Goddard, and so he gets it out to Lee and gets it back now. Garcia with Felix on the outside of him. And ahead of him is Brent Sam. Brent Sam turns away now, and T&T Thomas does well to get himself in between the ball and man. Referee Sobers has seen something certainly that we didn't, and awards instead a free kick to the defense force. Although it appeared as though Sam was crawling all over the back there of Thomas. Felix is going to take this free kick. Not a particularly good one, and now AC Port of Spain cleared away through Eastman. But it's coming back at them now. Cooper lifts this one in towards Quintero, can't quite control. AC Port of Spain hanging on, trying to get this one clear. Felix now, good tackle by Pudangeron. Gets it to Benny. Benny now being harassed by Dylan King. It spreads the play to Neptune. Neptune now to Charles. Heavy touch, but still with AC Port of Spain now, and Benny to McLean. Neptune joins in support, but McLean goes on the outside of his man Felix, and he's brought down. Clumsy challenge by Felix. Free kick to AC Port of Spain. Referee Sobers keeps her cards tucked away for the moment. But Jelani Felix certainly was finding himself on the wrong side of that man, Cedale McLean. Forced into a clumsy challenge. And now AC Port of Spain have a free kick in a dangerous position. Shea Benny will oversee. What is he thinking? Trying to go for goal, but it's into the wall. And Benny still has it, clips it in towards McLean, now rather Mirez, and it's cleared away by Goddard. Defense force able to dodge a bullet that time. But McLean will switch it, looking for Benny again, but Brent Sam does the defensive work to clear it away. Throw in instead to AC Port of Spain. Referee Walt Norega just having a word or two for Mirez, to whom the final chance fell. Here now is McLean, triple teamed. Defense force bring it away now. More slips. Eastman takes charge. Eastman will have a crack from quite some way out. Never really threatened Christopher Biggett's goal. And he offers his hand of apology now to his teammates. Looking for something spectacular that time. Eastman. Here now is Gonzalez for the defense force, and to the outside of him, Jules Lee. Jules Lee pushes it up towards Moore, and it's just deflected back all the way through to Poon Lewis and goal for AC Port of Spain. He'll use up all the time he can. And delivers this one toward McLean. The header won though by Felix. Quintero has coming back from an offside position. That man, Brent Sam, shows his disappointment with his strike partner. To be a free kick near the half line. In fact, referee Sobers now indicates that the infringement was a bit further back. And Malik Mirez will take charge for AC Port of Spain. Here now is Benny. Benny into Augustus. Augustus with a good turn and a good low shot, forcing Biggett into a diving save. Still there is Augustus, somehow able to get onto that one, and it looked like a penalty. The shots go up. The AC Port of Spain players and all in the attendance, the audience here this evening, go up in protest. Then Sam getting the better of Mirez there, but just can't deliver it onto a defense force head or foot. AC Port of Spain bring it away now. This is Neptune. He's hustled out of it. And still, the protests have not subsided from that earlier penalty shout. Shondell McLean is still felled in the defense force penalty area. He came storming through it. It was his shot initially that forced Biggett into a save. Scrambling save to his left that time, Christopher Biggett. And as he went after the loose ball, Augustus came flying through. Let's have another look at it. Good turn by Augustus and a good low shot. And here he was now, coming in for the second attempt. And boy, oh boy, I say that the defense force have gotten away from something here. Referee Crystal Sobers didn't quite spot it, it seems. And there was Augustus. He got the first touch, he certainly did. And Biggett came crashing through. That looked like a penalty to me. Referee Sobers, though, has said otherwise. Meanwhile, Augustus slowly gets to his feet. A look of disappointment on his face. But it's good to see Shea Benny, though, in a much more jovial mood. As referee Sobers now looks to get us going once again. It's going to be AC Port of Spain ball. Mirez gets this one out to Neptune. Neptune is looking for a way ahead. Instead goes back now to Ford. Cleared away by Gonzalez. To Sam. And now it's forced all the way back to Poon Lewis. Gets there ahead of Quintero. Short pass that time. Almost letting Quintero and the defense force in. would have been a gift. This is Punanja now. Poor touch. Even better touch by Quintero to Cooper. Shouts for another free kick. Go up begging, and then Poon Lewis now gets this one up, aimed at Benny. Headed away though. Still alive. AC Port of Spain win it through Charles. This is Punanja now. Blocked away by Moore. Cooper. And blocked by Punanja. Picked up now by Neptune. McLean looking for the run of Augustus, and Augustus just shows him where he wanted that pass delivered. That time McLean couldn't quite get it correct. Defense force come the other way now. Goddard spreads this one out toward Sam. Sam will take on his man. Eastman doesn't quite get the better of him. He has to be careful, Eastman, and so too Punanjaran, but he comes away with it. Battling and combative midfielder, AC Port of Spain. And now it's with Neptune, aimed at Augustus. Taken care of, assuredly enough, by the defense force player there, Justin Garcia, and then the pass from Felix. Just lacking in accuracy. Hudson Baba Charles is moved to his feet, trying to get his defense force players to settle. This is McLean, 2 for company, including Garcia and Felix. Just loses out to Goddard, who takes it off of his toes and sets the defense force forward now. This is Brent Sam trying to play the reverse pass, but it ricochets into the path of Dylan King. Plays a good through ball to Rayon Moore, and here comes Poon Lewis, gets his foot to it, and referee Sobers points to the penalty spot. She says it's a penalty for the defense force. And despite the protests of the AC Port of Spain players, this is going to be a spot kick from 12 yards out for the defense force. It looked as though Poon Lewis was able to get there ahead of Moore and effect the foot save. Let's have another look. Good ball through by Dylan King, and out came Poon Lewis. He used his feet. Well, your guess is as good as mine what referee Sobers might have seen. Let's see another angle here. Front on. Here came Moore. He did get a foot to it before the goalkeeper, but I would say that Poon Lewis certainly got the ball as well. Referee Sobers, though, seemed convinced enough to point to the penalty spot, and it's going to be a chance for the defense force for a second time in this match to pull level. Brent Sam is going to take charge of it. Poon Lewis up to some sort of trickery, perhaps trying to throw off Brent Sam. Be Brent Sam. Can he beat Jadal Poon Lewis from 12 yards out? Certainly can. Just like that, the defense force are level again at 3 goals all. Brent Sam has a double, a set piece double at that, a free kick at the fringe of the first half. Rather, the fringe of half time, and then now converting from 12 yards out to make it AC Port of Spain 3, the defense force 3. Really good spot kick by Sam. Buries it to the left of Poon Lewis, sending the AC Port of Spain goalkeeper the wrong way in the process. Here they come again now, the defense force. They seem energized. Dylan King plays it into Cooper. This is Sam on a hat-trick. Good save by Poon Lewis. Diving low to his right and smothering it to keep AC Port of Spain level. AC Port of Spain now harassing the defense force. It's with Kevin Goddard. Forced back to Curtis Gonzalez. Gets it to Jules Lee, but it's picked up now by Punanjaron. Che Benny tries to get a foot in. Can't quite do so. King lays it off to Lee now. Lee goes all the way across to Justin Garcia. And Rayon Moore now shows in support. A good ball to the advancing Jelani Felix. Acres of space ahead of him and 3 to aim at across the penalty area. Can't pick out any of them beyond Malik Mirez for AC Port of Spain, and Sion Thomas completes the clearance. It's going to be picked up now by Neptune. Neptune turns his man and is pulled to the ground by Jules Lee. Referee Sobers will dip into a top pocket and issue a yellow card to Jules Lee of the defense force. So quite clear and obvious foul that time on Jamil Neptune. Seemed to be some sort of conversation happening between the two technical staffs. As Michel Punanjaron clips this free kick up towards Shea Benny. Augustus is interested in the loose ball, but he's going to be beaten to it by Justin Garcia. Puts in a sliding challenge to ensure that the defense force can't quite come out of their defensive third that easily. You know, is a throw-in, Jelani Felix. Charles only manages in giving it to, and here now is Ford winning it for AC Port of Spain. Shea Benny will line up a shot, tries to go across Christopher Bigot. He scored a similar one here several weeks back against Real Westport United that nestled into the top corner. Certainly he was relying on muscle memory this time to see if he could duplicate that effort. Shea Benny, remember, he already has 3 assists in this affair. A goal would top it off for him, certainly. Off in the distance, AC Port of Spain seems to be readying Dwayne Muckett, Trinidad and Tobago International, to see if he can come and perhaps compose their midfield a bit. The defense force has certainly been winning those battles in the last few minutes, and a player like Dwayne Muckett definitely would be instrumental to them regaining the ascendancy. The player that remains down looks to be Maurice Ford of AC Port of Spain, being treated now for a hand injury, it seems. Junior Maxwell, the AC Port of Spain physio. Those that have turned up here at the Arima Velodrome certainly have witnessed an exciting encounter thus far. 4 goals in the first half shared between these two teams. 5 goals rather, and the 6th scored just in the 61st minute by Brett Sam, which brings the defense force level at 3 goals apiece. Play will restart now through Bigot. Here now comes Dylan King for the defense force. Shares it with Felix. This is a loose pass picked up now by Augustus. Augustus will look to go at his man. Gets past Justin Garcia, and that certainly was a clumsy challenge. He'll be shown a caution for that, as Augustus certainly was past him. And referee Sobers puts Justin Garcia into her little bad book. Free kick now to AC Port of Spain. From this sort of position, there's no other choice than Shea Benny. Can he work some sort of fantasy strike to further ignite this second game of this Saturday evening doubleheader here at the Arima Velodrome. The defense force has placed a four-man wall between Benny and goal, including some tall figures in Brent Sam, Dwight Quintero, and Dylan King. Benny gets it up and over the wall, but straight into the arms of Bigot. He makes a comfortable save and sends the defense force on their way now. They try to mount a counter-attack. There's Sam just striding away. Good first touch as well. He'll cross it in now towards Moore. Moore rises. Can't connect. It's laid back by Quintero to King. And that shot is sliced away for a goal kick to AC Port of Spain. So the counter-attack by the defense force almost coming to something special. That man Dylan King, though, unable to hit the target, just about the edge of the 18-yard area. In the meanwhile, here comes now Dwayne Muckett for AC Port of Spain, an Arima boy himself, and he certainly will receive a warm welcome in place of Shondell Augustus for AC Port of Spain. So Shondell Augustus did get his goal this evening in the 38th minute, and that happened to put AC Port of Spain up 3-1. Since then, though, the defense force have fought back to stand level at 3 goals apiece. Here's Michel Penangeron evading 3 tackles. I just can't quite fashion something else, but it's still alive now. This is Muckett trying to slip Neptune through. It's still Muckett. Crowded out of it though by the defense force back line. And now they come away with it through Jamil Cooper. Not much happening ahead of him, so he's going back now to Jules Lee. Curtis Gonzalez with Muckett at his back. Gets it back up to Cooper. And now here's Lee once more. Gives it off to Sam. Gets it back now, Jules Lee. Has time to cross it. Dylan King once more can't hit the target, and it's out for a goal kick to AC Port of Spain. 70 minutes played now, 20 minutes left in this one for either team to find a winner. On the balance of play, certainly can't be said that a draw won't be a fair result. But to win it from this position certainly would mean something special for either team. Meanwhile, the defense force uses the opportunity to make another substitution. Dylan King's shift is over, and Kasim Keller will enter. Referee Crystal Sobers has had an interesting game, as her latest bit of work has seen a free kick awarded now to AC Port of Spain. Malik Mirez will take charge, but Che Benny instead comes over now, off in the distance. Kadeem Eastman wants a piece of it, but instead Benny tries to go the direct route, and Bigot claims. Bowls it out to Goddard, who helps it along to Lee. And it's back now with Bigot. Uncomfortable back pass. Pickett gets it away now, but only as far as Charles, and now it's with McLean. Back to Charles. Good work by that pair. Punanjaran now to Neptune. Neptune turns his man. He's think about going after Lee. Instead slips this one inside neatly to Punanjaran. Muck it now. Closed out of it by Rayon Moore. And now Mirez finally gets it to Cian Thomas. Ahead of him is Benny. Benny will think about taking his man for a run and puts him on his backside. Foul now, and the audience goes up in amazement. Che Benny certainly has put the substitute Kasim Kell onto the highlight reel. We'd love to have another look at that one. In the meantime, though, Che Benny prepares to deliver yet another set piece. He's been off his game somewhat from these set pieces, but the more he gets, certainly the more increasingly likely it is that he'll be able to deliver something that the AC Port of Spain attack could work with. Here's Bigot, can't quite get it away. Muckett keeps it alive. Mirez now shouts for handball, and referee Sobers once again points to the penalty spot. This time AC Port of Spain will have the opportunity to score from 12 yards out. Meanwhile, there's a conference between the Defence Force players and their goalkeeper, Christopher Bigot. It was his flapped up chance at the Che Benny free kick that led to them keeping this one alive. As we saw, Sam won the header. Bigot was not certain about it. Couldn't quite get a firm enough hand. Wayne Muckett kept it alive, and then look at this from Mirez. He heeled it onto the hand of Jules Lee, and it's going to be to Che Benny. Certainly he has thoughts of a few weeks back where he missed one, crashed off the crossbar against Westport, and this time he misses another as Bigot is able to make amends. Che Benny unable to beat the Defence Force goalkeeper, and here they come the other way now. Defence Force. Felix plays this one into Watts Cooper, but it was slightly behind him, and then Neptune with a neat dummy to Punanjaran. He's looking for Muckett. Half cleared by Felix, picked up now by Cooper. Gives it to Goddard, and Goddard back to Felix. This is a giveaway. Anthony Charles steps in. Good turn now by McLean. He has two for company, Goddard being one of them, who eventually commits the foul, and is going to be yet another free kick for AC Port of Spain. Che Benny certainly remains high in confidence. Moments ago missed a penalty. 15 minutes left, or just under. And he's going to take charge of this free kick now. Spears it out towards Neptune, aiming at Neptune, but the header won by Jules Lee. Still anyone's game, this one. 14 minutes for either of these two teams to shatter the break in case of emergency glass. Complete the heist. Here it is with Neptune. Punanjaran helps it on now to Eastman. That's a scuffed cross, but a good take by McLean. Gets it now to Muckett. Wide and out to Benny. Brings it onto his right foot. Back onto his left. Still twisting, turning, and he buries it. Che Benny, ladies and gentlemen. You beauty. Che Benny, you absolute beauty. We thought the moment had passed, but somehow the little magician, the maestro, Che Benny, is able to find a way to restore the lead for AC Port of Spain. And what a player it takes to do that. He missed a penalty, remember. Let's look at it again. Dwayne Muckett gets it out to him. Benny puts it onto his right, back onto his left. 3 for company, and shoots through the legs of Justin Garcia to make it AC Port of Spain 4, the Defence Force 3. What a goal, what a player, what a performance. 3 assists, and now a goal to go along with it by Shea Benny. These next 13 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, are going to leave you standing. Believe me. Can the defense force find the required response? Certainly they are not wasting time to see if they can. They've already readied 2 substitutions down on the bench, one of them being the tournament's leading scorer, Jamil Boatswain, the other Keyshawn Hackshaw. Meanwhile, though, they'll have some defending to do. Bigot claims this one quite comfortably. Sends them on their way again through Gonzalez before referee Sobers stops play to attend to Malik Mirez, who's down on this near side. That Shea Benny goal is going to be played over and over and over in the weeks to come. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you that. I give you my guarantee, because he made something out of absolutely nothing. And it sets this game up for a grandstand finish. 12 minutes left. Here it is again. Can't get enough of it. Shea Benny really looked to have missed the moment, and somehow was able to fashion space and time to shoot low and through the legs of Justin Garcia, through a crowd of Defense Force players, and wheels away in celebration. Meanwhile, Boatswain will enter play as a replacement for Dwight Quintero, and Hackshaw will replace Defense Force's own Brent Sam, who's already scored a double today, but has certainly seemed to have run out of steam as his team continues to trail in this one. 4 goals to 3. Play resumes meanwhile. It's going to be harmlessly out for an AC Port of Spain. Goal kick. So we entered the final 10 minutes of play here at the Arima Velodrome. Game 2 of this evening's doubleheader. AC Port of Spain, after storming to a 3-1 lead, were pulled back at 3-all by the Defense Force, courtesy Dwight Quintero and Brent Sam. And then a moment of pure inspiration from Shea Benny has brought them the lead again. 4 goals to 3, less than 10 minutes to play. This is Dwayne Muckett. What a take. What a silky move there by the Trinidad and Tobago international. You can see why. His quality immediately apparent. And he earns a free kick, which once again, bet your bottom dollar, Shea Benny might be interested in. Referee Sobers points to her whistle to let the players know that they have to wait on her to blow. Dwayne Muckett, wow, oh boy, what a move. Consultation now between the player that won the free kick and the designated set piece taker for AC Port of Spain. And certainly Christopher Bigot will have reason to worry. 5 in the wall this time as a result of the quality standing behind the ball. Is it going to be Muckett? is it going to be Benny? It's Benny! Diving save by Bigot, still alive, recycled to Benny. Beats his man, has a crack, just wide. So Shea Benny is in the mood, a big mood at that Saturday afternoon at the Arima Velodrome. It's his goal that separates the two teams currently. And by the looks of it, he just might have another in him. Defense force come forward now. This is a miscued pass, cleared away by Kareem Eastman. Throw into the defense force. Headed away by Maurice Ford. Back again for the defense force. Both Swain in the wars, and Punanjaran finally gets it now to McLean. Ahead of him is Benny. He give chase, but not before Keller. Or rather, Felix. Felix with it now. Plays it up towards Rayon Moore. He's been kept relatively quiet. But here he is on the storm. Good tackle coming in by Punanjaran. Wins it. Distributes it to Charles. Awkward pass towards Muckett, but Punanjaran as ever is there to mop it up. Benny now on the ball. He's thinking about going to goal. Cuts back. Punanjaran shuffles it back to Benny. Charles now. Benny gets it back. Something might be on here. Just looking for the reverse pass to release McLean. Couldn't find it. Now they're on the defensive as that wayward pass there by Goddard goes out of play for an AC Port of Spain throw-in. Six minutes on the clock. This is going to be thrown into the defense force. It's taken. Goddard now attempts to pick out Moore. He does, but it's cleared away by Malik Meirez. Moore hasn't had the best of games this afternoon and has been kept very quiet. But with his quality, never count him out. This is Botswain now trying to flick this one on. Instead it comes all the way through to Eastman, and he allows Pun Lewis rather to collect. He's asking his team to forge ahead. It's over the head of McLean, however. For another throw into the defense force. Felix thinks about going back to Gonzalez, instead goes to Keller, who can't return it. Defense force need to be more assured than they have been if they are to try to rescue this current situation. They are staring at their first defeat of this Ascension tournament, but in the meantime they ready two more substitutions. Rivaldo Coriat and Hashim Asia will enter. Asia as a direct replacement for Jamil Cooper. And Coriat, it looks as though, will replace Goddard. So pretty positive substitutions there. Two very attack-minded players, Coriat and... But here's Benny in the meantime, forcing a save out of Bigot. Here they come again now, the Army. Rayon Moore gets by the tackle of Meirez before that's dumped away by Sian Thomas, but not before the whistle had gone for the foul on Moore. Free kick here to the defense force. Felix is going to deliver. 6 defense force players across the top of the penalty area. Eventually, though, it's cleared away by AC Port of Spain as far as Lee. Gets it back to Hackshaw. Played it in now to Arcia. Eastman sees a way to win it and does. Sets Benny on the way, and this is a ball over the top aimed at Muckett. Bigot comes to the edge of his area and heads it away. But the break certainly was on that time. Benny needed to be a bit more accurate in his delivery. A better ball would have put Dwayne Muckett through on goal. As we approach 2 minutes left in this encounter here at the Arima Velodrome, and what an encounter it has been. 7 goals shared between the defense force and AC Port of Spain, with the latter holding a narrow 4-3 lead and looking for more. This is McLean now. He'll take it to the corner flag, no doubt. Moore barely keeps it in and then boots it away. AC Port of Spain still have possession via another throw-in. On Thomas. To McLean again. Good take and turn. Gets it to Muckett. Muckett evades one tackle. Spreads it around to Benny. Benny certainly will have a goal. It's another low shot held on by Bigot. Then a slight coming together. Jaws calls for the referee to intervene, but she doesn't. And now it's Neptune on the outside of him. Or rather, the inside is McLean. McLean in the wars. Defense force now bring it forward through Coriat. Spreads it to Lee. Eastman comes across. Lee delivers the cross though to Boatswain. Handball is the call though. Another wasted opportunity. We're into the final minute, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth official, Keelan Bacchus, is about to indicate how many additional minutes. And there are 4 minutes to be added on. Depends on which side of the fence you're on, whether that's 4 too many or certainly not enough. This is Benny on the ball again meantime, twisting and turning past his man, still in possession, gets away from Keller on that far side. Will he take it to the corner, kick to the corner flag? He does. It's about time and game management for AC Port of Spain now. He's bundled over. Nothing's going to give, says referee Sobers, as the defense force hurry themselves forward. There's another free kick though to the defense force. Restarted by Gonzalez to Justin Garcia. He has Felix in support, and ahead of him is Rayon Moore. Cleared away though by Anthony Charles. This one is becoming a bit heated. You see some AC Port of Spain players strewn across the floor. The latest being Thomas, but the defense force play on. Here comes Gordon Lewis with a strong punch away. And all the way back to pick it up now is Benny. Referee Sobers now sees it fit to stop play to allow Thomas, who's holding his head, to receive some treatment. So almost a minute and a half of 4 additional played so far. And it seems as though AC Port of Spain might have done enough. But never say never. The defense force certainly, if they have not done so this evening, have demonstrated that they can fight and scrap their way back. They've done so twice today to equalize after twice going behind. Dwight Quintero got the first equalizer in the 27th. He's since been substituted. And Brent Sam also managed to equalize at 3 each in the 61st. So half of the additional time has elapsed. Defense force coming forward again. This is both Swain on the turn. Smothered. And Poon Lewis takes the opportunity just to fall on it and eat up some more valuable seconds. Meanwhile, play stopped again as Jamil Neptune, one of the impact players in this AC Port of Spain team, also needs to be seen after. You'd have to cast your minds back to the 19th and 30th minutes for his contributions today. He's one of the newest to wear AC Port of Spain colours. And my oh my, what an impact he's made. He put them 1 goal ahead in the 19th and then up 2-1 in the 31st, in the 30th rather. As AC Port of Spain came out of the blocks flying, rocking the defense force. So just about 30 seconds remaining on the clock, plus whatever time referee Sobers will add 2 additional time for these stoppages. The AC Port of Spain will think that they are nearing the finish line here this evening. Here comes referee Sobers now as she seeks to get play restarted. Poon Lewis. Kicks this one all the way through to Bigot. Minor slip. Referee Sobers has a look at her watch. Not yet, she says. As the defense force lump it forward, players attack it. Falls now to Koriat. He has the support of Moore. This one is going to be cut out and cleared away. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final whistle. AC Port of Spain orchestrating one of the upsets of the tournament, erasing the previously unbeaten record of the defense force with a masterful 4-3 win orchestrated by that man in your screen, Che Benny. 3 assists and a goal, so he had a hand in each of their 4 goals as they come away with a 4-3 win from the Arima Velodrome over the defense force. And you can see those AC Port of Spain players pumped, including one of their goal scorers there, Shondell Augustus. As we have another look at the second half highlights. It started with the defense force trailing 3-2. Or rather, these are the first half highlights. This was the first goal, Shea Benny delivering a beautiful cross to Jamil Neptune to make it 1-0. But here came the defense force once again. Dwight Quintero there to sweep home Rayon Moore's not down. They continue to go in search, but then a yellow card search shown there to Maurice Ford, and then Benny with perhaps easily the pick of his assist today, sending Neptune clean through for his second goal to put AC Port of Spain 2-1 ahead for a second time in the match. And then Benny with another assist, this time picking out Augustus, and he just lifted it beyond Christopher Bigot to make it 3-1. Brent Sam had something to say about it. He scored that goal there at the cusp of half-time to make it 3-2. And then in the second half, AC Port of Spain knew that they had to fight their way back. They had a good shout here what looked to be a penalty for a late challenge by Bigot, going ignored by referee Crystal Sobers. But then, on the other end, she awarded a penalty to Rayon Moore and the defense force here. Jadel Poon-Lewis seemed to make contact, and he was assured, but so too was Brent Sam from 12 yards out, converting to make it 3-all. It meant that there was all to play for in the remainder of that match. That goal coming in the 61st. Sam, though, had another opportunity saved by Poon-Lewis, as both teams tried to get something decisive. That time, Jules Lee had to be cautioned for that foul on Neptune. And then Justin Garcia also cautioned for that foul on Augustus. Che Benny had a few opportunities, including that free kick. And then he went to work. The little magician, just look at the footwork here, leaving his man on his back. And then here, they were awarded another penalty. AC Port of Spain, this time Malik Mirez with the presence of mind to backheel that one, and referee Sobers saw a handball, but Benny could not convert. Any other player may have been left dejected and downtrodden by that miss, but Benny continued to work his magic, trying to make amends for that earlier miss. It eventually arrived, his moment, and here he twisted, turned it each and every way, and then screwed a shot down into the bottom corner on his weaker right foot to complete the win for AC Port of Spain, 4-3. The more you look at it, the more you are left speechless and in amazement at what that man was able to achieve. Certainly he and his teammates were feeling that they were on the verge of a really special result. In the end, AC Port of Spain 4, the Defence Force 3. And once more, the record of the Defence Force blemished. They suffer their first defeat in this Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago 2022 as the defending champions. We'll take a break and then we'll have a chat with some of the major protagonists in this one.
On the go by downloading the Digital Guardian app on your iOS or Android devices now and enjoy our special introductory subscription offer now on. The nation's first and best digital paper in an easy-to-read digital format. The Digital Guardian, Trinidad and Tobago's fastest growing, most subscribed and most read digital paper. Stay on top with the market leader and don't miss a beat in today's fast-paced world. Go to Apple Store or Google Play and download now.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you'll find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you hooked. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy your treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
The situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right?
Welcome back to the Arima Velodrome at the end of this one, which finished in favor of AC Port of Spain 4-3 against the Defence Force. We're here with Defence Force head coach Hudson Barber Charles. Coach, your thoughts on what we just witnessed here?
I thought it was a good game. You know, I mean, have to give credit for AC Port of Spain. They really came out and they played like they wanted to win.
It's the kind of blip you would want to avoid as defending champions, and so tight at the top there with La Hoqueta Rangers, a draw last week. a defeat, your first defeat of the season this week.
Yeah, well, that's how the game goes sometimes, you know. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, right? And you just have to go back on, you know, go back to the training pitch and try and get it right? But, you know, we're going to bounce back.
Do you think the title defense is still alive, Coach? We into week 12, just about 8 more fixtures.
Games to go, and, you know, as defending champions, we can't give up. You know, we had to just look for the positives.
Thanks a lot, Hudson Charles, head coach of the Defence Force. Walt Noriega of AC Port of Spain joins us now. Coach, you've and your team have orchestrated and engineered a major result here this evening. Talk us through it.
First, I want to give credit to the Defence Force because there's a strong opposition with a lot of depth. For our team now, the boys and them played their heart out. They executed well, and I'm very proud of their performance tonight.
Yeah, or when you look at the way this match went, you know, at one point you all were somewhat comfortable, but you can't ever, you know, say that it's won against the Defence Force. You had to go right down to the very end.
Yeah, well, we know that in this game we would have to battle hard. We'd have to battle for the 90 minutes. And I keep saying that we conceded goals, so I know there was always a chance that they would get back one. And I think the boys and them did well to manage the game, to manage the 90 minutes. And at time I feel we was very comfortable in possession with the ball, so I think the boys and them executed well.
Talk to me about Che Benny and his performance tonight. Of course, the character he showed to keep his head held high rather after missing the penalty.
Well, Che is a player with exceptional ability, and I think it just augurs well the way that we play. It suits his game, and I think is now that he's putting himself in the window for selection at the national level. So I hope that whoever may be Angus have a look at him because it's something that he could add to the team.
Thanks a lot, Walt Noriega, head coach of AC Port of Spain. The man of the moment, the player of the match is Che Benny. 3 assists and that game winner. Che, I don't want to ask you too much. What happened out there?
I think it was a great game. You know, before the game, you know, the guys came to me and they were like, Benny, you know, yeah, you have to do it first today. And I think I executed well today.
Talk us through, you know, the penalty and then, you know, what was going through your mind with the free kicks you had after that and then that opportunity to score the last goal.
The penalty, you know, I missed one last week and, you know, I wanted to redeem myself this week and, you know, I missed again, but, you know, the players, you know, they keep balling. Shay, you will get back one, keep your head in the game. The free kicks, you know, I got, you know, 2 on target, but it didn't come off, you know, how it's supposed to. So it's just going back to the training park and, you know, work on those little errors and mistakes I made.
Just before we get to that last goal, let's go to the first 2. You know, you and Jamil Neptune seem to share a really good connection on the field.
Yeah, we played futsal together. You know, I played a lot of small goal tournaments with him as well. So I know how he plays, you know, and even before the game he was like, Benny, just put it in the pocket for me and I will get there.
And then that magical last goal, Che Benny?
The last goal, I just, you know, missed a penalty and, you know, the guys was like, and coach was like, you know, keep your head in the game, Benny, keep your head in the game because you'll get one, you know. And, you know, when the ball came to me, you know, I saw the keeper, you know, he came to his first post and, you know, it just, for me, was to get it on target, you know, and I'm thankful for God for giving me that, you know.
Excellent finish, if I do say so myself. Che Benny, thank you very much. Man of the match this evening here as AC Port of Spain come away with a 4-3 win over the Defence Force. A really exciting affair. And on behalf of everyone here at the Ascension Tournament, I am Jassy Marik saying thank you for joining us. But before we do leave you, let's have another look at that really special moment engineered by Che Benny.